All right, bro. Today, ignore that. Actually, we're gonna move this a little bit to the side. Today I want to tell you not to take your time on Earth for granted. You feel me? It's like 6 a.m. right now. I just got back from the gym, and I want to share a story. All right. When I was a kid, I got very sick. Right. I spent a lot of my childhood in the hospital, in and out. Like I had a lot of health issues. And this one time I got mad sick, bro. I got sick. I had malaria for like 2, 3 days. I was bedridden. And one morning I wake up and I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. And I mean, like those 3 days I was bedridden, my fever was so bad that literally my comforter of the bed felt like needles. It felt like a sheet of needles. Like my entire body just was like on the verge of going numb with pain. And one day I wake up and it's all gone. It's all gone. So I tell my mom, yo, ma, I'm good to go to school. I want to go to school. I've missed 3 days. I want to go to school. Mind you, I'm like 8, 9 years old. You understand? I'm still very young. And I tell my mom, yo, I've missed days of school. I want to go back. She looks at me and she's like, what the fuck? Like, how? This she don't even like I I recovered way too fast for someone that was in that like basically critical condition for the past 3 days. So boom, she takes me to school, whatever. I go to school. I'm in class and I feel like I want to go to the bathroom. I feel like I want to throw up. So I get up and I pass out straight. I pass out cold, cold. They call my mom, and between school and the hospital, I'm having like these like waves of consciousness where it's like I'll wake up and then we're in the car, then I'll close my eyes, I'll wake up, then we're at the hospital, I'll close my eyes, then I'll, you understand? So we get to the hospital, and again I get this surge of adrenaline, and it turns out that that's what had happened. My body had kicked in like a fight or flight response to like death basically, and the adrenaline had kicked in. So when the adrenaline would fade out, I'd pass out, and then it'd kick back in, and then I'd have this surge of energy, and then it'll go down again, and I'd pass out. That day, I died. The third time I was in the hospital, and my mother was talking to the doctor, I I locked. Like there's this thing your body does when you're literally gone. You lock your jaw, your whole body just goes stiff. And in order to prevent my jaw from locking, because doctors need your mouth open in order to be able to, if not give you food, put tubes. I don't know, bro. My mom put her finger in my mouth to prevent me from locking up. In that moment, right, when I was in the bed and I was gone and the doctors were reviving me, I don't remember. I remember darkness, but it wasn't it wasn't like closing your it wasn't like closing your eyes, but it's like, you know, the PS5 loading screen, like how there are these waves of lights and whatever. Let me even see if I can. I don't even got time to do all that, bro. But go look up the PS5 loading screen. Imagine the PS5 loading screen being entirely black, but like a level of black you've never seen, like Vanta. And in between, you would see these small rays of colorful light. So I would hear my grandmother's voice and it would appear as a light wave. I would hear the doctor's voice and it would appear as a light wave. I'd hear the nurses. And the thing is that I could not only hear the people in my room, but I could hear everything outside. I could see all the wavelengths of all the people, all the cars, all the animals, all the dogs. Everything had its own wavelength, and it was infinite. When I gained back consciousness and I woke up, it's like at a very young age, I one thought came into my mind which has stuck with me this entire time, and it's that this life is not mine. even though I've been gifted with it and I've had the opportunity to go through all these wavelengths with everybody, at any point this shit could be gone, and you have to be okay with that. All right, that's at that moment when you're okay with giving up this sense of power humans think we have because of the our ability to change our environment. Once you give that up, you are truly free. I'm not bound by money. I'm not bound by relationships. I'm not really bound by anything. And sometimes it can make me feel like a bit of an asshole. And sometimes it can make me feel like I don't care or I don't feel anything deeply. But I've reached the point where none of this is mine. I've only been gifted the opportunity to even have consciousness to be able to understand myself enough to value certain relationships and value certain things linked to my survival or simply linked to my emotions. But do not take this life for granted. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't take it too seriously, man. Anyways, I gotta go get ready for my day, alright? Love you.